Okay.
Yeah. I think we're thinking of the same one here. What if Sha'Carri Richardson ran the 100?
If Sha'Carri Richardson ran the 100, one of two things happens. She either wins or she doesn't win. Can you agree with that? Would you agree there's a chance she would win, there's a chance she doesn't win? The question is, what percent of a chance is it on her winning and beating Elaine Thompson, probably having to run 10:59 in order to beat Elaine Thompson on that day?
Mm-hmm.
Or does she lose to Elaine Thompson, get second, third, fifth, whatever? I think the hedge is, the playing both sides of the coin is saying she would have medaled, right? But I think
Yeah.
that's no fun to kind of just be like, she would have medaled, because it would it makes both sides a little too happy. So I'm gonna say I think she would have won. I think that I'm not saying that Elaine, but I think she would have won, but I also think maybe the race would have been maybe slower. I think there could have been different factors with having her in the race. You're not always guaranteed the same exact time outcome with different fields. And so I think maybe the winning time is like 10:65 and Elaine Thompson runs 10:66.
Wait, hold on. So you think putting a fast person in there would have made the race slower? What do you mean? How would that
I think
happen?
it changes up what you do in the prelims. It shifts everyone around. I don't know, man. Crazy things happen, right? Grant Holloway lost. If Grant Holloway can lose, Elaine Thompson can run a little bit slower in this imaginary final with Sha'Carri Richardson. With that being said,
I
I
think,
think that Sha'Carri Richardson, she was running well, dude. It wasn't
yeah,
close.
she was.
And as much as the Jamaicans are running amazing and they deserve their sweep, I don't think it's just a foregone conclusion that they would have also done the sweep or also won individually, no matter what happened. Like, crazy things happen, and I think the addition of Sha'Carri Richardson adds in the chaos, adds in the craziness, and maybe USA comes out on top. I know Jamaica fans aren't going to like to hear that, but hey, I can have this thought in my head, and there's nothing you can do about it because you can't prove that it wouldn't have happened because we literally don't see it. It can't happen. So until you can prove this hypothetical doesn't, unless you can
Okay,
figure out
listen,
a
listen.
way to record and time this hypothetical, I'm going to say Sha'Carri would have won.
I have too much respect for a 1061. I think Thompson-Herah was going to win. Regardless, I think you're right before in your first instinct to say medal. Obviously, I think she would have gotten she would have been in the mix in the top three. Fraser Price didn't have her best race, so I think that spot was open. We've seen Richardson run a 10-7 win legal, but 1061, you gotta understand the historical significance of running that quickly. So I think it would not have changed the gold medal winner. I certainly don't think the race would have been slower with her in it, but I mean, she's Richardson's run 1072 this year, win legal. Not crazy to think she could have gotten silver given that race. But I think the gold, these were Thompson-Herah's games.
Yes.
Tip of the cap to her. To have to run 1060 or 1059 to win in a women's 100 is asking an awful lot. And I think
But I'm not saying that
Thompson-Herah,
would happen.
I know you're saying she would have been slower because Richardson would have been in the race pushing her somehow, which I still don't understand how that's physically possible, but I will let you have that thought because, as you said before, these are your thoughts and we cannot control your thoughts. But I think Elaine Thompson-Herah would have won this regardless.
Hey, I mean, Gabby Thomas ran slower in the 200 when Elaine Thompson was in it. So maybe, right? Gabby
Yeah,
Thompson
but
didn't go out there and run
Elaine Thompson
21.6.
didn't. But Elaine Thompson didn't run slower because there were faster people in the race. If you removed the second place runner, would Thompson-Herah have run faster? I don't think that's the case. Listen, she just
Here, Elaine would have been
that race
different.
should have
Elaine would have been different.
yes.
Everything changes,
You'd
man.
have to deal with a different lane. Yeah.
Maybe
I mean, Elaine,
maybe Sha'Carri's a little late or early or whatever, and the exact time when the gun goes off is off by like 20 seconds, which changes the wind reading. Like, all this stuff is possible. Anything can happen. Imagine Sha'Carri Richardson's like entrance, going through with the American flag. That's going to take an extra 12 seconds. That may change the wind reading to plus whatever or minus whatever. So, hey, anything's possible.
Okay. All right. I got one more I want to do because the distance